So let's talk about the knowing. The knowing is, I would guess, what you'd say what true knowledge is. And knowledge cannot be understood through perception, because perception is always a judgment. In perception, you're always, judging. You're saying something is one way or the other, and I believe this is what it is, but then that creates your reality and whatnot. So knowledge is beyond perception, because knowledge exists. It exists in a place where time does not exist. So knowledge is always that it is. It doesn't change. It just simply is that way. To help better understand this, or I should say, the tool to better understand this and to use it to empower yourself, and to use it so that you don't ever have to listen to somebody else's opinion and just go by that and say, oh, they said it, this must be knowledge, this must be right. Now, a lot of people are talking and displaying knowledge out there. There's a phone call. You're not as important as this right now? Okay. So yeah, let's get back to knowledge here. So a great thing is to know how to uncover knowledge. And knowledge can be found through keeping an open mind, keeping your heart open, keeping basically everything open. Now, when you're in this state, you can allow, whether it's another person, an object, anything in this physical world, you can find the meaning to. But the idea is perception has to go out the back door. So anything you ever believed before this, it can't go into this interaction. In this interaction, you must be completely non-resistant and let what it is that you're interacting with give you its meaning. So let's say we'll use this example with a person. If you let somebody give you their meaning, then you're going to know them for who they truly are. But if you're going to go into it in a state of you perceiving things one way, which for a lot of people it's an accumulation of judgments about another person. And now you don't always got to say judgment as a bad thing, because you can have a judgment of a person as being great or funny or what the heck ever it is. But the idea is to throw all these judgments out, because to really truly know a person, it's beyond any word you can just give them, or any word that you come up with, any thought that you come up with to portray that person. To really know a person, you have to allow them to give you their meaning, and they will. And it's not like necessarily you're always going to find out that that the person's I guess in a completely loving state or whatever it is, even though I know that's at the core of everybody, but they're going to give you their meaning. And there's no real reason to develop thoughts about another person until you've really allowed them to do that. And it's the same goes for objects. Objects are simply a manifestation of non-physical energy. So therefore, at the source, what they are in physical appearance isn't exactly real, per se. It's real to us in this reality, but if we allow our meaning of that object, that the meaning that we've already given it, the meaning that we've already learned, just say for example this crystal. So we take away the meaning, anything that we've ever known about this crystal, or any kind of meaning, we take that all away and just see the crystal for what it is, then it's going to present itself. And it's going to be something along a much deeper level than just saying that that's a crystal and that's that, because it doesn't really do it justice. And that's what a lot of this world is it's a lot of surface stuff, and then there's a lot of through education, through media, and through all these other people, everyone telling you how things are, or how things, they give meaning to all these things, or they say like this is that word, or this is that word, but it's really superficial, and it's really on a surface level, and there's a lot more beneath it. It's kind of what it's what they say about icebergs. You see 10% of the tip and 90% below. Well, that's this entire world, including the people that are in it. We see the surface, we see everything, so we only see about 10% of what everything actually is. So yeah, that's really what I want to get across today, is to let everybody and everything, every object, whatever it is, even right to the point of the sun, and to a tree, to your loved ones, to the stranger on the street, let them give you their meaning. Stop putting your meaning on everyone else. You might have been in an angry mood one day. You might not have been feeling that great, and your judgments of that day might have been very poor about a lot of things that just simply aren't true. It's true to you because you believed it, but it's not actually true in the sense of how things really are. And if you really want to know how things really are, then we're going to put down our old beliefs and start opening up and let everyone else give us their meaning. And that includes yourself. That includes allowing yourself to give its meaning. So allow your soul, allow who you are to give the meaning. Not all these thought patterns that you've created upon yourself from other people's opinions, or maybe when you were down and what you thought about yourself then, or whatever it is that you read in a book or anything like that. Let's just put it all down and allow ourselves to come to the surface, who we really are, and allow for that to be expressed. And I think we're going to learn a lot more about ourselves and the world we live in, more that we do this. Anyway, that's all for this video. Take it easy. Thanks for listening. Keep it real.